crazy riot. I guess the cops were called. All kinds of crazy shit over there, but I don't know.
That sounds wild as hell.
Yeah. All right, so WZROnline.com/chat. We're going to be doing chat shout-outs here in just a little bit. In hour number 2, going to be talking UFC 114 from this past Saturday night and Monday Night Raw from last night as well, the Memorial Day edition of Monday Night Raw. We're also going to take live phone calls in hour number 2. I'll give out the phone number here in just a little bit. What do you want to do now, man? You want to? I guess we should talk about Monday Night Raw from last night. It's been a pretty quiet news week, so I'm not sure that we're going to be here all the way until 10 o'clock tonight. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. In hour number 2, because we've got Raw to talk about, and then there's been a ton of injuries over the past few weeks, so ever since the Over the Limit pay-per-view. So we're going to talk about that as well.
And Boone was saying he was going to try to call in around 9:15 to see if we could talk a little UFC with him.
Yeah. Let's see about that. UFC 114 in hour number 2 at some point. So Monday Night Raw from last night, Memorial Day edition of Raw. What did you think, man, from top to bottom?
I actually did. I really enjoyed this show. I mean, it gave Bourne, it gave Bryan, it gave Truth. I mean, such a big push. I mean, I was actually shocked by it. I mean, I think, it was a pretty good show. It had some pretty good matches on it. The only thing I was a little bit disappointed with was Ashton Kutcher. I kind of figured, they do a little bit something more with him, but, he was still good. What'd you think about the show?
That's what I was going to say. They only did one segment with Ashton, and he's done so much stuff. They could have done, I was thinking, before they went live last night, I'm thinking they're going to do some sort of segment where somebody's getting punked. You know what I mean? Hello?
Yep. No, yeah. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I don't know, you couldn't hear me for a second, but yeah, I said, yeah, dude, that's what I expected too, but it didn't even seem like he was, I don't even know, was he even at Raw?
He was, and that was another thing, is he was at Raw last night, because I got a report last night that he was there, and people, was real open to everybody backstage. Demi Moore, who's his real-life wife, was not there backstage with him, so I know he was there, but they only did that one segment with who was it, Eve and Santino, right?
Yep.
And nothing else, and they had all these opportunities with the movie roles that he's been in, and the Twitter thing. He used to have a war with like CNN or something like that on Twitter, and they had the Punk TV show, and the fact that they didn't do anything except for one pre-taped video package, and then the camera. It was like that backstage camera last night, and that wasn't the only segment that that happened in. There was another backstage segment that the camera, did it seem off to you? It just seemed like it was slow motion or something.
Yeah, definitely. When he came up on the big screen during the Bret Hart segment, you could definitely tell it was a little bit slower. But dude, I don't know, like you just said though, they could have done so much with it. It could have been really good, but I don't know. With that, like I said, the show was good altogether, but with Ashton Kutcher, man, I think they kind of dropped the ball there. It could have been so much better. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, man, my voice, I'm telling you right now, is not going to make it through 2 hours. I swear to you, dude, I have no idea where this came from, man. Right before we went on the air, it's just, my voice is completely going here. I don't know what the deal is.
That's how it happens, though, man. It just comes out of nowhere when you don't expect it.
Yeah, not good. It's not like I'm sick or anything, man. It's just like, wow, man. It's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse as we go on. But, all right, so we're going to go as far as we possibly can, man. But good Lord. We kicked things off last night. This is a cool way to open the show, man. We had Edge in the ring, and Evan Bourne's in there. And basically, Edge was just beating the shit out of him before we went on the air. And eventually grabbed the mic. And basically, the idea of this was to promote the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view coming up in a couple of weeks. We've got, who do we have? We've got Edge in there, Sheamus is in there, John Cena's in there, and Randy Orton is in there as well. So basically, Edge cut a promo. This brings out Randy Orton, and basically Orton hits an RKO, and that was that, right?
Oh, pretty much, yeah. I turned on my TV like literally maybe a minute late, and all of a sudden you just seen Edge beating up Bourne. So you said it came on like that?
Well, yeah, they didn't do the pyro or the opening video. It was just the show started out that way with Edge. Edge came out before the show and cut a promo, and then Evan Bourne came out and grabbed the mic. We have the report up on WZROnline.com. But before they went on the air, Edge came out and basically addressed the crowd, said that they weren't live yet, and he was going to stand there all night and do whatever he wanted to do, and that brought out Evan Bourne, and then they opened the show with the beatdown, with the Edge beatdown of Bourne. But like you said earlier, man, like Evan Bourne, R-Truth, I mean, these are guys that we've been waiting for quite some time, where you've got to build new stars now. You know what I mean? And a lot of people were saying, I mean, I read a lot of feedback on this show last night that people say it sucked. But I think the feeling, the reason behind that, the reason people think it sucked is because you're building new stars. And people aren't all that used to Evan Bourne yet or R-Truth yet. You know what I mean? They're not used to them being put in that main event spot. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Evan Bourne is kind of like a fish out of water. You know what I mean? Definitely. Where you can tell that they love his work, but it's not your normal main event look. And I'm not saying he's going to be a main eventer, but the fact that he was in the main event match last night, you know what I mean? And I think they're judging that based off the pop that he gets out when he comes out on a weekly basis. I mean, the fans have taken to him, and the opportunity was given his way last night for him to, you know, go out there and be put in the main event. I think R-Truth has got more of that, I guess more of the look that they're looking. Just not that. I mean, Matt Sydal is tiny. You know what I mean? Oh,
yeah. Without a doubt. I mean, he's like, is he even bigger than Rey Mysterio?
I don't know.
I don't think so, dude. But like I said, I think the thing though that was most impressive to me about it was, I mean, like the quality. I mean, like look who they got the wins over. You got the win over Jericho, over The Miz, over Sheamus. I mean, I was actually a little bit shocked by it.
We had Michael Cole officially welcomed us to Monday Night Raw. This was after the opening segment. They opened it up. They promoted the main event tonight. It was announced on WWE.com earlier in the day. Holy good fuck my voice, man. It's fucking brutal, dude. It's hard to talk, man. It's hard to talk.
I can't even imagine, damn. And you can tell your voice going in and out a little bit.
Oh, good lord. So main event, Edge and Sheamus take on Randy Orton and John Cena. That's our main event for later tonight, and obviously, or last night, and then they did the angle with Randy Orton. We all know why they did that angle.
Keep
the deal is, well, yeah, they want him to be able to work the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view, but he was told over the weekend, as I put up on the websites earlier today, going to be out, or was told over the weekend that he was going to be out about 3 or 4 weeks, which was basically take him right up until the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view, and it's a tag match at the pay-per-view, so I don't see why they couldn't throw him in there and then just, let the other 3 guys do their thing and then have him come in and hit his selected spots. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So it'll be interesting to see. And Taker's another one where they may have to change the SmackDown main event as well with his injury. So we've got the main event. They announced that for later. And then we went to a commercial break and they plugged that Ashton Kutcher was up next. And then when we came back, I mean, like I said earlier, man, I'm thinking that they're going to do this Punk thing, you know what I mean? Or some sort of in-ring segment. And we shot backstage. It looked like a pre-taped segment from earlier in the day. Ashton was, backstage with Eve?
Yep, he was backstage with Eve when...
Go ahead and run this down, man. I'll let you do it.
Basically, Ashton Kutcher is backstage, and Zack Ryder, he was talking about how Zack Ryder was talking smack to him on Twitter, and he got, it was pretty much to promote his movie Killers. He went off with some lines about he's going to put out a hit on him, and then you see The Miz walk in and he says that pretty much that he's the biggest star and he should be in Ashton's new movie, and Ashton says that him and Bret Hart set up a match between him and The Miz. Between The Miz and Daniel Bryan, that is. And pretty much Kutcher just says that Bryan will make The Miz tap, and they get in a little bit of a heated argument, and that's really it with that.
No doubt. Well, didn't he also say that, I don't know if it was here, but he put out a hit on Zack Ryder, right?
Oh, yeah, that's why I said the beginning, yeah.
Right, yeah.
He ended up putting out a hit over those Twitter comments that he was making on to him.
All right. So we've got Miz versus Daniel Bryan for later in the night, and then we've got a hit out on Zack Ryder, so somebody's going to take on Zack Ryder. We had